Nottingham Forest 2, Wolves 2. It's another point on the road for Wolves this Saturday. Look, there were some encouraging moments, but some frustrating moments once again. And I think when you go away to a team like Forest, who have actually, although their results don't show it, have actually been playing some encouraging stuff for them. It's not the worst point on the road. I predicted a draw before the game. It could have been so different, but I'll give my thoughts on it today. As always, if you manage to catch the game, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit the like button and try and subscribe to the channel if you can. It does mean a lot. I'll flag up the starting lineup on the screen. No Ryan Aït-Nouri, that was the big piece of news really. But Matheus Cunha starting alongside Sarabia in the attack. Doyle, Lamina and Gomez in the midfield. Matt Doherty keeping his place at left wing back with Totti, Kilman and Santi Bueno, Semedo and Sarr still in goal. Got off obviously to the best of starts really. We got the opening goal of the game and it's such a fantastic goal by Matheus Cunha. How good is it for him to be back and starting in these games? Look, we had to weather a little bit of a storm. Forest had a lot of opportunities. The game was very scrappy at times. We allowed them to have a lot of the ball, but we dealt with it to a decent level. But the pure skill and quality of that goal from Matheus Cunha has just shown what Wolves have missed at times. And I fully believe in this stretch of games that we've had, mate, I think it's been 9 weeks since he's been injured, maybe 8 or 9 weeks. In this stretch of games that we've had, our fortunes would have definitely improved with just Cunha back. If we had Hwang and Neto as well, I think Wolves genuinely would be in such a great position in the league. We've just been really unfortunate with those attacking injuries, and I fully believe Wolves would still be in the FA Cup as well. But that quality that Matheus Cunha showed today for that first goal especially is what we have desperately missed. And look, he's not 100% sharp, 100% fit, but it's a piece of skill. Almost what I would call like a McGeady or a Berber spin to get away from the defender. And then the finish curls it far corner is absolutely delightful. And at that point, I think if we can go to half-time again 1-0 up, I know it didn't quite work out last week, but you would hope the Wolves have learnt from their errors. But then frustratingly we concede a goal. Ball comes in and sod's law, it's Morgan Gibbs-White that scores. And I'll touch on him in a second. Headed towards goal. Now, a lot of people are giving Sarr stick for this one. I'm going to defend him slightly, I think. Well, firstly, Nottingham Forest, from every set piece you could see, Nuno had a plan. He would have seen what happened with James Ward-Prowse last week with him swinging the corner directly in. So every sort of wide free kick or corner, there were 2, 3, 4 Forest players around Jose Sarr, and it made life difficult and a bit scary at times. But this one's unfortunate for Sarr, I think, because João Gomez, who interestingly was marking Chris Wood throughout the majority of the game, was stood right in front of Sarr here. And for me, I think I would expect as a goalkeeper, if Gomez is stood there, I would expect Gomez possibly to get something onto it. Wood peels away, header goes towards Gomez, who misses the clearance, and I think Sarr has got such a short amount of time to react to him missing that, and it sort of goes around him and in. So that's frustrating. Then Morgan Gibbs-White, look, Wolves fans give it to him. I think he instigated the whole rubbish with this towards the start of last season, to be honest, but Wolves fans give it to him. He gives it back with the celebration, his old fingers to the ears or whatever. But then from the TV coverage that I saw, he was sort of giving it to some of the Wolves players and shushing a couple of Wolves players. So me, that's low. I think that's just cocky and unsportsmanlike. Give it to the fans, yeah, but to other players on the pitch, I'm not 100% a fan of, to be completely honest. But yeah, look, going in at half-time, felt Forest probably did have the upper hand, but Wolves still showed that little bit of quality that they can threaten Nottingham Forest and potentially go on to, cause more problems. Forest do take the lead again. They go 2-1 up. Now, this goal for me is really frustrating from a Wolves point of view. I think the ball's hung up in the air, and Kilman, for me, possibly has time to bring it down, especially with his technical capabilities. He's got the quality to bring that down with a first touch and try and play, but he heads it back forward towards Lamina, and it's a really poor header towards Lamina. He does try and control it. It's a poor first touch by Lamina. But what I saw today was quite unlike Lamina at times, just a lot of is petulance the right word? Just moaning a lot. And he loses the ball and stands there and starts waving his arms in the air and going ballistic at Kilman. Stands there whilst Forest are continuing a counter-attack. And in the end, I think Gibbs-White goes through and he's tackled, and it just leaves it for Danilo, who's just one-on-one with Jose Sarr and makes no mistake. So I think Kilman's got to do a hell of a lot better. But Lamina, for me as well, just stops. He's got to react and work his way back, because ultimately the lad with the ball just runs through past Lamina. No pressure on him whatsoever. And that creates the the Forest goal. And then there was a couple of other moments with Lamina where he would lose the 50-50s. He looked really, I don't know what it was at the end of the game, he looked really, really upset, like something was bothering him. I don't know if he had a knock or an injury or whatever. But thankfully, Wolves got themselves back in the game quite soon after that. Again, we're looking okay from set pieces of our own, and ball comes in from the corner. It's a goal-mouth scramble, and thankfully, Matheus Cunha is there. Right place, right time. And that attacking and goal-scoring instinct is something that we've missed desperately for the last few weeks or so. Look, defensively, we've been so poor. And again, Forest had chances throughout the majority over, the rest of the game, but I think both teams were very sloppy, very, very sloppy in possession. Forest at times with how they were losing the ball, but it's an okay point for them, I suppose. And you look at other results around them, Luton heavily beat today as well, so a little bit of breathing space for Forest. I think with their fixtures, it's in their own hands to stay up. And I think they've definitely got the quality to stay up. I think you look at the depth that they've got in certain areas. Chris Wood firing. They've got the Taiwo. I'm not even going to pronounce his surname because I'll butcher it. The big striker as well. So they've got quality there, Forest. And under Nuno, I'm sure they'll be okay again. But yeah, for us, it's frustrating because the rest of the season now for me is a write-off. It's been a long campaign, but you know what? A decent point today. Obviously, I would have hoped out of Burnley away and Forest away. You probably do hope for a little bit more, but I suppose it is what it is. It finishes Forest 2, Wolves 2. Let me know your thoughts. We'll have all the sort of post-match reaction on the YouTube channel and on our social medias at Talking Wolves. Let's try and hit maybe 200, 250 likes on this, guys. Subscribe to the channel as we're on the road to 17k, and I'll catch you all very, very soon.